This story comes from a man who spent 11 years investigating UFO reports for the United States government. He didn't go looking for this one. It found him because the same case file kept refusing to stay closed. The witness was a retired military pilot named Phil Jenkins. The incident was April 1991, a routine training exercise west of the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico. The weather records were almost dull. Visibility past 30 miles, light winds, not a storm in the region. A clear afternoon, the kind where seeing is easy. That was part of why it was taken seriously. According to his statement, Phil noticed it first as a reflection. A flash of light, the way the sun catches another aircraft. He looked for the plane responsible. There wasn't one. The flash came again, then again. He adjusted his heading, focused on the spot, and saw the object itself. A dark oval hanging above the desert. No wings, no tail, no rotor, no contrail, no exhaust. Smooth and featureless. Years later, the object still in his memory, Phil told the investigator something that never made it into the original report. He said it had looked strangely isolated. Most aircraft, he explained, exist within a context. Movement, distance, a relationship to the ground and sky around them. This thing felt detached from all of it. It wasn't climbing, wasn't circling, wasn't descending. It held one fixed point over empty terrain. Dry earth, low ridges, far mountains. It looked, he said, like it was hanging over nothing at all. He watched it for about 40 seconds before he radioed ground control. The transcript survived. The investigator read it himself. There was no excitement in it, no panic. Just a pilot calmly reporting an unidentified object and asking for confirmation. Ground control acknowledged him and began checking radar. The object stayed where it was. Every few seconds, sunlight flashed off part of its surface. Bright silver, then gone, then silver again while the body of it stayed dark. Then, between one moment and the next, it was simply gone. The sky was empty. That alone would have ended most investigations. Pilots lose sight of things. Distance plays tricks. But the radar complicated it. Ground personnel logged an unidentified return in roughly that area, at roughly that time. Not strong, not tracked for long, not proof of anything. But it was there. Now there were two sources, the pilot and the radar. So the file stayed open, and an investigator digging through old records found something that changed it from a single sighting into something stranger. Phil Jenkins had not been the first. Years earlier, another military pilot had reported a dark object in nearly the same patch of sky. Then a third report turned up. Then a fourth. The oldest from the late 1970s, the newest filed years after Phil's. Different pilots, different aircraft, different weather. The same dark, motionless shape. One called it a smooth river stone hung in the air. Another, a dark seed above the desert. The reports clustered over the same unremarkable stretch of ground. No facility, no structure, nothing to explain why there. One investigator wrote in the margin, "Pattern exists, 'cause unknown." Another simply wrote, "Need explanation for location." Neither ever found one. After decades, the White Sands file remained what it had always been. A handful of pilots, a faint radar return, and one recurring image. A dark oval, hanging silent over an empty stretch of desert. Why there? Why, for decades, the same shape in the same sky. The man who spent his career looking never found out.